Hey everybody, welcome to the first day of summer, June 21st, 2023. I'm Gene and welcome to the Wednesday edition of Hanging with Uncle. Hope everybody is doing well, staying hydrated out there. It's very important. The sun is no joke and not to be played with, so be safe out there. And before we get started, if you have not already, please hit that subscribe button. We'd love to grow our channel. And if you have already subscribed, please click that thumbs up, the like button, and also hit that notification bell so you'll be notified whenever we go live, put out new content. So having said that, let's get started. So I want to pick up where I left off last Wednesday. I think it was Wednesday. Maybe it was Friday. Anyway, I don't care. It was about misinformation. And another big topic that I want to discuss, I didn't want to rush through it, so is border security. Okay, I hear this talk on the right about how we need to secure our borders. Oh my God, we can't have an open border policy, blah, blah, blah. Well, if that's the case, then let's focus on where a majority of illegal crossings happen, okay? Number one, you have visas that are expired and people want to stay. That is the majority of illegal immigration, that's what you want to call it here in the United States. We also have another border, which is north of us in Canada. But when we talk about border security, all we talk about is the southern border. So let's put two and two together. Really? If your last name ends with a Z, you're being targeted and you're going to be considered illegal. Versus if you're coming across the border from Canada, it's okay because the right doesn't want to keep white people out. So let's call it what it is. When you hear their cries for border security, it's just a racist call to act discriminatory and suppressive against people that are not white, that have more pigment than them, and that speak another language than them, and they're afraid of that. So let's call it what it is. So, your misinformation on border security is just a racist disguise, designed to justify keeping people of brown skin out of the United States. So I'm calling you out on it. That's how I feel, and I'm going to move on. All right. Something else I want to talk about that is very important, which is why it is one of the First Amendment issues, and that is freedom of the press. So January 6, 2021 happened 18 months ago, okay? And a lot of people wonder, why has nothing been done? Why is it taking so long? What is the Department of Justice doing? Well, now we know, thanks to independent reporting from people or journalists embedded in the Justice Department on a daily basis, digging and getting to the facts. And long story short, it boils down to, well, we don't want to look political. We don't want to do our job, and have somebody think we're doing this to protect somebody else. Even though, look what James Comey did in 2016 to Hillary Clinton. But they're still playing the same game, and that's what Christopher Wray is now being exposed of doing in his thought process, and why the DOJ or the FBI has not launched criminal investigations into the fraudulent elector scheme and other crimes involving Donald Trump. For example, your hero, John Durham, the guy who was supposed to expose the corruption behind the Mueller probe, right? Investigate the investigators, found nothing, brought two people to federal court to charge them with felony cases. He lost both of them. He got Hunter Biden to plead guilty to a misdemeanor tax charge for paying his taxes late. And that's it. As a matter of fact, the only thing he really uncovered on his trip to Italy with Bill Barr was allegations of wrongdoing by Trump. So where's that investigation? You know, it's just proof of this partisan politics that's being played on the right, and it's so blatant. You guys are hypocrites. I do not trust any elected Republican because they're nothing but hypocrites. That's what they're showing who they are. So thank you, First Amendment, for exposing the trying to, sweep under the rug tactics that, the FBI was doing regarding these issues. And this is why we have freedom of the press. So now the FBI is accountable. Oh my God, now all of a sudden there is an investigation open for the fraudulent elector schemes. And, it's just, that's what it takes for transparency to find out what's happening with our government. So it just is proof as to why most of our media is not fake. They report the truth and expose what is going on within the roles of bureaucracy in our government. That includes federal, state, county, city, municipal. That is what the press does. They shed a light on what is going on, where our taxes are, what they're being spent on. Take care of the press. All right? Hats off to them. And finally, in the federal indictment against Cadet Bone Spurs, we have a trial date, August 14th. Now, in all my years, again, in law enforcement, no trial date has ever gone off on the original set date that it's planned for. I promise you there will be continuances. I hope they're not going to be abused continuances. We need a speedy trial. This needs to be wrapped up before the election because accountability is important and we the people deserve that. So I've already started popping my corn because now comes the fun part. We're in uncharted territory. Never before has an ex-president been indicted with federal crimes. What motions will be filed? We'll have motions in limine. That means motions to exclude. You'll have exculpatory evidence trying to be introduced. That is evidence that proves the innocence of the accused. You're going to have all kinds of motions. Motions for expert witnesses. That's where the fun begins, at least for me, because I like to watch from a legal perspective on how the courts are acting, what they're doing, and what they base their decisions on. Because we've all seen what happened. So I'm going to enjoy my popcorn and just kind of follow things now as they progress. So you guys be good, stay safe, be good to one another. Zane and I will see you on Friday, and take care.